Hello, genderqueer chat. Happy Wednesday. It feels like it's been a really long time since I've made a video, which I know is not true, but, because I made one last week, but it just sort of feels like that. So, hello. Long time no see. I hope everybody is doing well. This week's topic is, what do your family members call you? Those terms tend to be pretty gendered, and so it's kind of an interesting topic. I decided the best way to go about this would be to go through various family members individually and then kind of talk about it. So I made a list so I wouldn't forget anybody. Not that that means that I haven't forgotten anybody that didn't make it to the list, but anyway, I figured I would start with my parents. So my parents call me their daughter, and I feel like they might even make a special effort to throw that word in whenever they can, because they want me to be their daughter really badly. Right now with my parents, I'm still very much working on the name thing. It's nice because I no longer live there, so I don't hear it as often, but like, my mom has been sending me mail, and she's a great mom, and, you know, she's sending me letters, which is really cute, but whenever she sends me something, she doesn't write my name on it, which I suppose is a start, I guess, that she's not calling me by my old name, although whenever we're in person or verbally, she calls me by my old name all the time. So she just writes Waller on the envelope. I don't think it would kill her to write Dylan, but she's having some issues, so hopefully she will get there. My dad, we don't talk about the name thing. When he found out about it, he stopped talking to me and would leave the room every time that I came into the room for a couple days, and then he stopped doing that, and we never discussed it, which is how things work in my family. So there you go. They're going to call me their daughter, probably for the rest of their lives, unless for some reason I made a big deal about it, which I don't see myself doing. My sister-in-law, who very much feels like a sister to me in some ways, and I don't know, I don't need to label it, but yeah, she has kids, Eric and Caitlin, who are awesome, and they call me Auntie Ribbit, actually. And this is kind of, it's important to me to be called that. Regardless of my gender, the term auntie is something that I've aspired to be since I was a very young child, because I love my aunties so much, and I call them my aunties still, Auntie Sharon and Auntie Carol. And so that term holds a lot of power to me. Even if I were to change my pronouns, I would still most definitely want to be called Auntie Ribbit, because it just warms my heart a lot. So there's that. It's kind of incongruous, I see that, but it actually works. I don't mind it at all, and I don't think that my niece sees my gender any differently because she calls me her auntie. So that's that. Moving on. My cousins obviously just call me their cousin, and actually one of my cousins recently wrote me and told me that the family has started to switch and call me Dylan, which is amazing. And then I guess my aunt and uncles still call me their niece, which is fine. Whatever. Then my brother calls me his sister. So I guess I could have just shortened this quite a bit and said that I go by the female terms of words. It's not necessarily that I strongly identify with them, so much as I think that changing those terms would be stressful on me and stressful on my parents, and I don't really have the desire to change them. Like, so in an ideal world, if I were to be able to be called whatever I wanted, I don't think I would choose either term. I don't feel like an uncle or a brother, kind of maybe a brother or a son, like, I don't know, I don't feel like a son or a daughter or any of that. I feel like queer, and it's unfortunate that our language is so gendered. It's really what it boils down to me. If all terms were just kind of like cousin, like, you know, they explained what you were to a person as far as family relations go, but didn't explain gender, which is confusing and not always that easy. That would be great, except I'd keep auntie. But I wish that was just a genderless term too, because just because I want to be called that does not mean that I fit the stereotype, or that I feel specifically feminine in my role as aunt. So, that's my take on the whole gender thing. Yeah. Have a nice one. Bye.